What is going on, guys, and welcome to another How to Be a Pro in my series. This time we're going to be looking at Boba Fett. Now, Boba Fett is a hero slash villain character, and we're going to talk about his abilities first. His first one is his flamethrower. It's decent at close range, and it's only a close range attack. Me personally, I try and avoid it, but it's decent for if you're in tight spaces or you're behind an enemy and they don't know you're there. It's not an instant kill type of weapon. It's kind of like the Force Lightning from the Emperor. It withers away their health. So use that in close range, but preferably you're going to kill them fast with your blaster anyway. His second ability is his jetpack. It's not a jump pack like it is for the basically the star card. It is literally a jetpack. You can fly around with it for significant amounts of time. It does have kind of like a timer that runs down when you're using it, and it's got a recharge, pretty much like everyone's abilities anyway. So that's good for getting into hard to reach places or shooting down on your enemies. Use that as often as you can, and it's very good on Endor because Boba Fett blends in to the trees, well, he blends in pretty well, pretty much. So yeah. Next is rockets. When the game first came out, there used to be homing capability on them, but a lot of people complain, so they're no longer homing. They're still very good, but it means you've got to get a bit closer and you've got to be more accurate. They can go far, so you can use them at close range or long range. Preferably use them at close ranges because you've got a high chance of hitting an enemy. I'm not sure exactly how much damage they do, but I know they will kill people if they hit them directly. So I assume that's good. Rate of damage. But anyway, now let's actually talk about tips and tricks for him and strategies. Stay away from enclosed spaces. Boba Fett is good at wide open spaces such as Endor or Hoth, or even Sullust to be fair. Use him outside. Don't try and avoid going into close spaces because you're limiting your ability to avoid grenades, blasters, and those sorts of things. Especially if you come up to another hero character such as Luke Skywalker, who is good at close range. You're going to die pretty quick. The next tip, use the jetpack as often as possible. It means that you're going to be harder to hit, especially when you're shooting down on enemies, especially on Endor. You're going to be shooting down, they're not going to know where you are, so shoot down on them, use it as often as you can. Also, it's good for getting out of tight space. If you come across 4 or 5 enemies and you think, oh god, I don't really want to fight these people on my own, you can use a jetpack to get out of there. Along with, people never really expect you or expect to be shot from above. Especially on Endor, again, you blend in, it's pretty hard to see you until you start firing or they see your jetpack. So use that to your advantage. Number 3, uses E3's long range and accuracy to its full advantage. It may sound like camping, but being at the back of the map or being a bit further away from all of the action isn't necessarily a bad thing. You're just using him to his advantage, and that's medium to long range. It means that you're not really going to be taking much damage, and there's not really much that the enemy can do other than either snipe you or get a homing shot onto you. That doesn't mean don't move up. Make sure you do move up because you need to be playing the objective. You need to be supporting your teammates by moving up, especially on Hoth, for example. Hoth, you can sit on the mountains as Boba Fett and sort of defend the uplinks, stop the rebels from turning them on. So again, you can move up. I usually play in medium to close range now, thanks to his homing. He's a rocket, not having a homing capability. But again, he's very versatile. He can manage it. Just avoid massive amounts of enemies, or at least try and get behind them if you're going to do that, and take them out one at a time. Next one. It's pretty simple, but avoid going up against multiple enemies. I touched on it just a minute ago. Again, as a hero, you really don't want to be going up against multiple enemies that are all shooting you because you're going to die pretty bloody quick. Now, I'm not really saying don't, but try and get the upper hand first. If you see a lot of enemies, don't just start shooting them. Get behind them or to the side and then it's going to give you those crucial seconds to do as much damage as you can to them before they realise, oh, Boba Fett's there, let's all take him out. So use that to your advantage. Next tip, use your rockets to take out turrets or other hero characters. Rockets are super effective against heroes. They will do quite a lot of damage, especially if they get direct hit. Boba Fett, obviously, if you're going up against an example Luke Skywalker, you've got the advantage because you can kill him from far distance. He's got to get next to you to do damage to you, so use that to your advantage. Also, rockets will do a fair amount of damage to stationary turrets such as vehicle turrets like the mushroom ones and those tower turrets on Hoth. Also turbo lasers again. So if you see someone in a turret, take it out or at least try and shoot at it with a rocket, especially on Hoth, the final base where all the turrets are in the trenches. It will be super effective against them, and again, you're helping out your team. Number 6, adjust your playstyle to the situation. It's very easy as a hero character to get carried away and just go for kills. I do it all the time without realising. Sometimes I think, oh god, yep, they've armed it, I need to go and support that uplink and disarm it or whatever, or defend it and do whatever. But just remember, play the objective. Even as a hero and villain characters can arm and disarm uplinks. Luke Skywalker's very fast. You can just run up to an uplink, arm it, run to the other one, arm it before the enemy can even get there. So use that to your advantage. Boba Fett's got a jetpack, he's very manoeuvrable, he can move about pretty quick on the battlefield. Again, use that and use it to your advantage. Moving to positions you can focus on, you can sort of, if say for example, if your teammates are trying to move up on an objective, move up with them. More than likely, the enemy are going to be focused on you rather than them. Because they think, oh, that guy's the biggest threat, we need to take him out first. And it gives you and your team those crucial seconds to defend the uplinks or arm them, or whichever team you're playing. So use those crucial seconds to help your team, especially if sort of you've not got the best team. It's always good to give them as much support as you can. Don't just, like I've said, don't just sit in the back and just go for kills, because you're not really going to be helping your team, as well as you're going to be doing yourself no favours. Moving up, you're going to get more kills anyway, so playing the objective, that's going to help you get kills as well. So use that to your advantage. Do that and you're going to be pretty good. And the last tip, and it's a very important one, watch your health. Again, it's very easy to get carried away as a hero character, and you think, oh, I'm invincible, I'll just go around killing people. But again, you come up with multiple enemies, your health's going to be gone in an instant. It's very easy to get carried away by killing enemies and stuff like that. But just watch your health. Adjust your playstyle again to how much health you've got. If you've got a lot of health, be aggressive, move up, move into their spawn. Not necessarily spawn camp them, because that's a bit unfair on them. But move up and defend those objectives. If your health's low and you don't really want to just run in and die instantly, which you probably will if you've got like 5% health, stay a bit further back. Use that E3's accuracy and take them out at a bit longer ranges. Again, you're still going to be helping your team, but just don't sit all the way back at the back of the map, because it's really not going to help anyone. Anyway, that's going to be it from this video. I've hoped you enjoyed it. If you have, make sure to leave a like, comment, and more importantly, hit the subscribe button so you can see once I do these videos more, and you can see them as soon as they go up. I'll be doing the rest of the heroes next, and I'll be moving on to other vehicles and maybe even weapons and star cards. That's it from me, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.